This video was brought to you in part by the supporters of the AMTV Patreon. Thank you. Hello there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another installment of the Now Review, and once again we're taking a look at the most recently released of the Now spin-offs, which is this, Now, Then He Kissed Me, The 60s Girls. There's been a bit of weird titlings of Nows recently. I'm not sure whether to call this Now Then He Kissed Me, The 60s Girls, or Now The 60s Girls, and Then He Kissed Me, but I'm going to go with the first one because it makes more coherent sense in my head. So it's another 60s themed album. You know, it's a theme that Now is no stranger to. Last year we got Now 100 hits, forgotten 60s and 60s number ones. There's been a Now That's What I Call 60s. Surprisingly, it took a long time for them to get into the whole 60s theming, but I'm glad that they are now doing it. But this is specifically focusing on the girls, or the women of the scene of the day, and they're going with this sort of black and white striped background again. I think they did something similar on Forgotten 60s as well, which, you know, was a very 60s motif. But you got the flowers, you got sort of the mix of previous covers. You've got the black and white stripes, but you've also got the flowers for flower power, which was very much a 60s thing as well. The font of the 60s Girls is a very 60s-esque font too, and it also gives you a little glimpse of who you're going to be expected on here, like Dusty Springfield, the Supremes, Lulu, Diane Warwick, Mama Cass, Nina Simone, Cher, Carole King, Cilla Black, the Ronettes, the Crystals, Aretha Franklin, Little Eva, Julie Clark, Sandy Shaw, the Toys, Martha Reeves, and the Vandellas, and Shirley Bassey. That's already a great lineup if you ask me. And if we just twizzle this on round, notice how I like on the spine they've also gone with the font as well of the front cover, which is a nice little touch. But yeah, here is the back. Let's see, shall we, what we've got on here. Okay, so on CD1 we are actually launching with the song Then He Kissed Me, which makes sense as that is the name of the album. That's a great song by the Crystals, great classic. You got the Supremes, you got Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, you got the Toys, Dusty Springfield, I Only Want to Be With You, one of my favourite songs. You got Mama Cass. So many great songs on here already, and you can see it on CD2 as well. Goldfinger, leading with Shirley Bassey, her first Bond theme. You got Bang Bang by Cher, My Baby Shot Me Down, which has been covered so many times. You've got Ike and Tina Turner, which I guess is technically cheating, as Ike is not a girl, but you know it's a duo, so I guess they can get away with it. There might be a few of those on here. And you got My Boy Lollipop by Millie on track 14 there, of course, who sadly passed away, I think last year it was. You've got Carole King, who is one of the most influential songwriters and artists of her day. You've got the Ronettes, you've got Little Peggy March, and finishing off CD1, you have Cilla Black with Anyone Who Had a Heart, which was her first hit, and she would go on to have many more hits too. On CD2, you got people like Doris Day there. You can see Billy Davies, Shirley Ellis. Some names I don't recognise as much. Obviously, I know the 60s isn't really my forte of like decade of music, but I know like the big hitters, but I don't know some of the artists on here. But you know, I'm sure some of you guys do. And we're finishing with Skeeter Davis and The End of the World, which I must admit is a song I haven't heard before, but is eerie for the past year, wouldn't you say? But no, I'll be looking forward to listening to that one. Okay, time for CDs 3 and 4. You've got the Ronettes with Be My Baby, again another classic song. Oh, and the Crystals are again with Do Rom Rom, which it might not be one of those you recognise by title, but trust me, you'll know it when you hear it. You've got the Chiffrons, you've got Connie Stevens, Peggy March, some repeats on here, as in some repeat artists on here, which is nice to see them appear twice. Lulu with Boom Bang a Bang, I think that was her Eurovision song, if that makes sense. I could be wrong though. Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes, excellent song. On CD4 you've got Aretha Franklin again, you got Dusty Springfield again, which is great because I love a bit of Dusty. You got Shirley Bassey, you got Cilla Black, Julie Clark, Jackie Trent, Mama Cass. You got the Flirtations, we're on CD3 now again. You got Gloria Jones, Martha Reeves, the Supremes. Oh, so many great tracks. Carla Thomas with B-A-B-Y, Baby. I don't know why it's spelled like that. And we're finishing off with Nina Simone and Ain't Got No and I Got Life. Oh, yes, we all know that one. That's from Hair. Great song, great song. Then on CD4, what are you looking at the second half there? Nina Simone's on there again with Feeling Good, which is one of her classic songs. Ike and Tina are back with A Fool in Love. And that one finishes off with Mary Hopkin and Those were the days. So if you've been keeping up to speed with the Now Review in the past few installments, you'll know that they're going with the whole 4-disc release with 80 tracks. This is 4 discs, but there's actually 90 tracks. But I think the main reason why that is because songs in the 60s or pop songs were a lot shorter. A lot of them are under 3 minutes, or some of them are barely 2 minutes. So, you know, with more time, they can put more songs on the disc. So I'm glad there's 90 tracks here instead of 80. Opening the first side of it, you've got also available Now Decades of Love and Now Glam Pop 70s, which of course we have covered here on the Now Review. Please do and go and check those reviews out if you haven't seen them already. All of them have been covered, all the newest ones, and you can follow Now on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Not Snapchat, because who uses Snapchat anymore? See, they've given it a memoriam. They've put it in yellow. How cute's that? When you open it further, we are again using this sort of design, I call it old-fashioned record sleeve design, because it reminds me of pulling a 7-inch record out of its sleeve. So yeah, I mean the discs have that cool motif with the black and white stripes, as you can see there. But yeah, I think this is fine, you know, for what it is. I mean, it's fine for the album theming. Sorry, it's been a bit ad hoc moving these things around. I've got one free hand. But don't stare at that too long, by the way. That'll make your eyes go funny. They could have maybe spruced it up per disc, but I think they're not doing that for cost-saving measure. I've noticed Now's doing a lot of cost-saving measures recently, which, you know, given the pandemic and the decline of physical CDs, I do understand it to some degree. So to make all the disc designs the same or have them in this format, I'm not going to be too picky about it. So, Now Then He Kissed Me, the 60s Girls, confusing a title as it is it worth your hard-earned cash? Well, I mean, the first question is, are you a fan of 60s music? If you are, that's a good start. If not, turn away now. But yeah, as it says, this is primarily songs from women of the era, and they deserve their own album, quite frankly, because their music is so good. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, you can get this, or should be able to get this from all your local supermarkets, so Tesco, Sainsbury's, Morrison's I've been lucky with the past few times now. You can also get it online, places like Amazon or the HMV website and stuff. I think Now sell it directly themselves too, all of which you can pay between, I think, £10 and like £13 tops. But yeah, really you can get it for a nice bargain price. It'll be available on CD for a while, and then it'll eventually come down and then go out of print. So yeah, if you want it, I'd just get it now. Make sure you add it to your collection. Is it the best Now 60s album that they've produced? I personally preferred the Now That's What I Call the 60s release they did, I think, in 2015 or 16. There weren't as many tracks, but I feel like they picked even better songs there. Don't get me wrong, I love this style and like how they did it in Forgotten 60s and 100 Hits, how you get more bang for your buck, you get to hear more 60s songs you've never heard before. But personally, I just prefer sort of hearing the cream of the crop. If I want to discover songs I've never heard before, then yes, I'll go for an album like this or the Forgotten number ones or the Forgotten Hits, whatever. So yeah, maybe decide if you just want one 60s album, which one of the Now releases is right for you, because they're all very different. But that's all for this installment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, please leave a like on this video and let me know in those comments down below. Are you going to pick up this album? Do you understand the title? Or are you going to pass on this one completely? Let me know. Also, do subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. We'll be covering all the latest Now albums when they come out. I think the next one at the time of this video will be Now 108, which will be out at the end of the month, which is very exciting. But until then, I will see you all next time.